this is our last two lessons. Ooh, dropped the ball. This is our last two lessons for this unit. So this period and next period, then we'll do review, and then your test will be on the second period tomorrow. So looking at this, is it arithmetic or geometric? How do you know? Because it's adding. So arithmetic means it's adding over and over again. So right here, I would know it's arithmetic. And does an arithmetic sequence have a common difference or common ratio? Difference, right? So it has a D. What is the difference? 3. Perfect. So the common difference means what's adding or subtracting over and over again. So even though the word difference means subtracting, common difference means what is adding or subtracting. That's all I needed you to write up to. We're only doing up to here because today we're learning recursive. The next period we're learning explicit. Over here, what would this one be? Geometric. And I know that because it's multiplying. Now, what is it multiplying by? Half. Good. So some people I saw write 2. Make sure we're multiplying by half, because half of 100 is 50, half of 50 is 25. Some people wrote 2, but remember it's dividing by 2, but we always got to know what is it multiplying by. Awesome. So that was actually your ticket out the door from last class. This class will be able to do these 2 problems right here. Cool. So you're going to get that half sheet of paper out that looks like this. And so today we're learning recursive formulas. And so we're learning recursive and explicit. These are on your formula sheet too. But what recursive means, if I said I'm having like a reoccurring dream, what does that mean? You have the dream over and over again, right? So the same dream yesterday is the dream that I'm going to have tonight. So that being said, recursive means reoccurring. It's basically like what is reoccurring over and over again. And so we're looking at this. This is the recursive formula for arithmetic and the recursive formula for geometric. It looks complicated, but it's not. And so just fill in those notes. What this a to the n minus 1 means, you're not filling this in. It looks complicated. All that means is take the term before. Get that. So that a to the n minus 1 just means take the term before. So to get the next term, that's what this means. Take the term before, and then add whatever that common difference is. So all you're filling in is that d each time. So if I'm looking at this one, let's do an example. So if I had 5, 10, 15, 20. So this is my example. All this is that when I'm filling it in, to get the next term, I take the term before. So I'm never filling in anything for this. And what are you doing over and over again here? Adding 5. So for my D, I'll just put plus 5. That's it. That's all you're doing for that one. So when it's arithmetic, it looks like this. It's saying take the term before and add 5. That's how you get your next term. Now, if they're like, I want you to find the 10th term, right? We're going to learn an easier way next class. But if they wanted you to use this formula to find the 10th term, I would have to make a table. So I'm going to go, okay, here's term 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when we're looking for a term and you're using the recursive, you're just writing a table. What is the first term here? 5. What's the second one? Next one? 15. No. 4. This one? What's this one going to be? Beautiful. And so see how we get to our 10th term is 50? So if they ask for the 10th term, I would say it's 50. So all you do is just write a table. Some people just sit there in their calculator and they just keep adding 5. If you're going to do that, keep track of what number you're on, because a lot of people, that's how they mess it up. They'll do 1 over or 1 after. Does that make sense? Okay, so before we get to geometric, I'm going to have you guys go to that worksheet. You guys already did half of it. So if you go to this worksheet right here, it's the second page. It says recursive formula. So it's this little packet. It's this little packet right here, and you're going to the second page of it. Y'all should already have it in there. And we already filled out the D and R because it's the same one that's on the top. So you're going to the second page of this packet. And so first, I'll do the first one with you. First, we're going to find, okay, these are all, what's happening here? If it's going from 27 to 37 to 47, what's it doing? Adding what? 10. So I know it's going to be a difference, D equals 10. You don't need to worry about the A1 right now because that doesn't matter in my recursive formula. These are what's on your formula sheet. So I kind of just screenshotted it right from your formula sheet. And so we're only dealing with this one right now, recursive arithmetic. And so all you're doing to write the formula, you just write a to the n. I'm just writing exactly what's up there, a to the n minus 1. All you're filling in is your d. What is your d that we found right here? So all I do is plus 10. That's it. You're not filling in anything for n. Nothing like that. You're just writing the equation. What this means is to find the next term, I got to take the term before and add 10. That's all this is. It's just explaining what's happening. Then they want me to find the 10th term. So you're going to make a table like this and figure out, okay, I need to get to my 10th term. And you won't have to do this for long because next period we're learning explicit and you'll usually use that. So I know what is my first term here. 27. What's the next one? Keep going. Perfect. So my 10th term would be 170. That's it. Does that make sense? Okay, let's try the next one. So I'll give you a few minutes to try the next one. First thing you should figure out is this whole front page is going to be difference. It's all going to be arithmetic. So I know they're all going to be D equals. So see if you can try the one by myself. I'm going to lag behind you. So you're trying the next one on your own. I'm going to lag behind you. Let's see, Tyreek and Brandon got the right answer already. Kimberly got the right answer for the first part. So did Jasmine. So did Ephraim. So what is the difference here? Subtracting 4, right? Make sure some people had +4 or +4. So it's subtracting 4. Now all you have to do is just write your equation. Remember, you don't have to fill anything in except for the D. What is my D? Yep, or -4. Then they want the 8th term, so I'm going to lag behind you. I'm just going to fill out the table. Now I want to figure out what's the 8th term. So right here, what's the first term? 18. Next one. Next one. Next one. Then what is it? 2. Negative 2. Negative 6. Beautiful. So my 8th term would be negative 10. Does that make sense? Cool. So I'm going to give you like 4 minutes to do the next 2 on your own. So try the next 2 on your own, and then we're going to go to geometric. So, or let's make sure we all got it. So, Tyreek, what was this one? Number 3.
9.
D equals 9. Beautiful. Keandra, what was the equation? Good. Plus 9. And then, Damon, did you get the 7th term? Nope. Kamari, did you get the 7th term?
6.
Jordan, what's this D right here? Negative 3. Victor, what's the equation? What do I put at the end of this? Good. Minus 3. And then, Yaslin, what was the 10th term? Negative 36. Beautiful. Cool. So now we're doing almost the same thing. The equation just looks different. So now instead of filling in D, we're going to be filling in R. So R means common ratio. It means what's being multiplied, or your growth of decay factor. So what this is saying is to get the next term, I take the term before and multiply it by the common ratio. It's basically common sense. It's just telling you what's happening. So let's look at this one. 2, 6, 18, etc. What's happening there? Multiplying by what? Good. So my R would be 3. So for common ratio just means what's being multiplied. If you couldn't figure that out, remember I could just take the last term divided by the term before, which would get me 3. So all I'm writing my equation is a to the n to get the next term. I multiply 3, so instead of r, I'm going to put 3, times a to the n minus 1. That just means to get the next term, I take the term before and multiply by 3. So the only difference is when it's geometric, it looks like that. When it's arithmetic, it looks like that up there. So if I wanted my 6th term to this, so I want to find my 6th term, I would do the same thing where I set up a table, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are my first 3 terms? 2, 6, 18. What's my 4th term? What is it? 54. What's the next term? 162. What's the last term? 486. Perfect. So you can see that geometric, it's either your terms are going to be either getting really, really big or really, really small. That's because when you're multiplying, it's going increasing or decreasing a lot faster than it would be if it was arithmetic. So when you get these big numbers, don't be alarmed. They're still correct. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go to that last page of the booklet that looks like this. And now you're just using this formula right here, the geometric. I'll do the first one with you, and then I'm going to let you do the last 3 on your own first. So looking at this, what's happening from 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32? Multiplying by what? 2. Good. So my R was 2. We can ignore A1 because we'll be dealing with that next period in explicit. Then they want me to write the recursive formula. So all I do, just like the last one, is I rewrite the formula like this. But instead of R, what is my R? 2. Lastly, they want me to find the 7th term. So I make my table. then what I do is I start with 4, sorry, then 8, 16, 32. What are the next three terms going to be? 64, 128, 256. So my seventh term is 256. You can see that those are increasing a lot faster than if it were arithmetic. Cool. Any questions on this? So what you're going to do is you're going to finish the last three, and then I'm going to show you the delta math real quick so that you can get on and get started with that. So the delta math looks like this. It's 5.9, says recursive. And so this one's saying right here, it's saying it's giving you the first term and it's giving you the equation. And they want you to find the fifth term. So this one looks confusing, so just make sure you're, I'm going to move that back. Just make sure you're paying attention. So all you're doing is drawing a table. So I want the fifth term. What does it say my first term is? 10, right? What is my R right here? 2. So they want me to multiply 2. So what's 10 times 2? 20 times 2. 40 times 2. 80 times 2. Perfect. So then when I fill in my answer, I just put 160. Does that make sense? So sometimes it will be arithmetic, sometimes it will be geometric. Like right here, you could see it's arithmetic because they're adding 1 each time. Does that make sense? Cool. So it's 5 of those. This one is giving you the sequence. They want you to write the first term. So what would my first term be here? 4. And then they just want me to write it. So what's going on here? Is it geometric or arithmetic? Geometric, right? Because it's multiplying. So I know I'm using this formula. And they give you a, the n minus 1. But what is my r? What's being multiplied? Good. So that's what you're doing for that one. And this one you already did, so I'm going to remove this one. This one was from last class. So common ratio and difference is right here. So you already did it, or just work on it on that. I'm going to delete it from this delta math. So it's just those two. Sound good?